Hey brother, Stuart Matola, men's relationship coach. I hope you're having a great day. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the Iron Man, the myth of the Iron Man, the man who has to have, control. He has to have logic. He has to have facts. He's not going to, really put up with this emotional stuff from his wife. And yeah, he has reason to believe that emotional, irrational decisions are, going to somehow tear down the foundation of the structures and the safeties that he's built. And that could just, at the end of the day, it's about the inner structure. And so to get out of abstraction, the way I saw this recently in a man I was working with was he wanted his wife to get on board with his priorities for their life, to have prestigious careers, to really be contributors to the community. There was a lot there that was about, how he was presenting in his community. And this was a guy who had a lot of success in his career. So he really had what I call performance-based self-esteem. Performance-based self-esteem, which is just simply, I'm only as good as what I produce. And in that is an image, a mask that he was wearing. And his wife was seeing through it, but she couldn't break through to him like, hey, that's great. And I want you to be fulfilled in your purpose in your life. But hell, don't bring that mask home and don't impose it on me. And so what was the mask? The mask was simply the successful, prestigious guy who had his shit completely together. And when his wife was emotional in any way, whether it be about, a financial situation, credit card not working, or, a situation with their kid where, the kid's needs weren't being met at school, and she would get emotional and he would just clamp it down and just be like, we need to stay with the facts here, and you're not telling me about the facts, and you're just getting emotional about this. And so what can you imagine happened? Well, she felt totally like an iron curtain had been put up. There was no place for her to speak about, her perception of the situation and how she was feeling about it. And, we did a bunch of coaching, and I tried to help him understand, like, listen, you're trying to manipulate her into an agenda that you're in because you ultimately fear losing control of your life, the structures that you've set up, and you're basically manipulating and imposing a whole value system on your wife without getting curious to even understand where your value system meets. And of course, this took some humbling for this guy to get. He definitely had some grandiosity, but he was a good guy. He wasn't like intentional grandiosity. It was more unconscious. And so what was the proverbial 2x4 to the head to him? Well, the fact that his wife was on the verge of asking for a divorce. He didn't want to, that threatened all his structures of being the guy who had it all together. He didn't want to see that happen, so he started paying attention. And he started getting out of transactional consciousness, which was like, you need to do A so we can get B, and this needs to line up, and this needs to happen this way. And suddenly he was breaking down to understand that there's other forms of data and intelligence below his head, which is his heart, his gut, his balls, that he had no access to. Okay, well, why do you think? He didn't, because he was raised in a family system with his dad where there was no room for failure. Everything had to be a success. And so he was replicating that. That was the value system that he had brought along with him into his marriage, which was super attractive to his wife up front before they had a kid and before they got into a family system. But that all broke down. And so over time, our work was very much about using his mind not as the central executive decider of his entire life, but using it as the tactician, the strategist, okay, and the ultimate values of having a happy marriage, a good career, fulfilling, meaningful interactions with his wife and partner, and a solid family. That started intruding on the whole prestige of the career, the prestige of the community. And it was a re-equilibration, a rebalancing. And it's something that I see in a lot of men who have had career success, and they don't get it until their marriage is blowing up. So if you're in that situation, I want you to consider, are you just stuck in your head? Are you trying to impose your agenda on your wife? And what would it look like to start opening up and go to those places where you haven't gone in the past, to connect with her heart, to start to see things in a way in which you can consider the us and not just the me. That's the work I do with men. If you're interested in learning more, please check out links to my work below. Thanks so much for watching. Hope this was helpful. Have a kick-ass day. Bye.